Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, there has been a constant topic on the Anime Adventures Roblox Discord, and it has been full of people going, who's better? Who is better? Is it Endeavor or is it Itachi? So today, I'm going to try to answer that question with the help of my friend's account. And this is looking at the characters in their absolute strongest form with unique. This is a form that gives them 400 or 4 times damage, a bit of more range, and a bit more SPA. So I do know that the Endeavor has a bit better stat potentials, but the percentages are not so different. I think we can still answer this question here. We can go look at the more specifics right here. So if we go to here, want to make a wish, and then we'll go over here. So the percentages are off by about 3% for each stat. I can account for that when I'm calculating the damage, just subtract 3% from whatever my Endeavor has to look at the actual comparison between these two. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in an infinite. Okay, welcome back. I have amassed a bunch of gold here, and I'm now ready to try to do a comparison between these two units. So as you can tell, on placement, Itachi has about half the damage, even less than half the damage that Endeavor has. And this is, they're both unique, so this is 4 times the normal amount. However, where Itachi shines is, even though I have S stats for my SPA and cooldown, Itachi is not way higher, but it is noticeably different. That's over half a second faster, and the range is also more. And that's going to be something that we're going to be looking at as we increase the upgrades, because Itachi's SPA tends to go down while Endeavor's tends to go up, which can hurt their DPS a little bit. So looking at it right now, just from level 1, Itachi is dealing about 2,000 damage per second, and then if you add in the Mangekyo Sharingan with his fire passive, he'll be doing 3 times the damage, because the Sharingan extends his burn by 100%, so that'll be from 200% damage to 300% damage. So he's doing about 6k damage per second here with the burn. Whereas Endeavor, he is doing 26,000 divided by 6.5, about 4,000 here, 4,000 damage. And then if you include the burn, that's about 8,000 damage. So Endeavor is his burn is very strong. So while Itachi's burn does 100% of his damage, Endeavor's does 50%. But because Endeavor's base damage is so high, he ends up coming out on top of Itachi a little bit. So let's go ahead and upgrade these guys to their next move. So Itachi ends up getting Susanoo, and then Endeavor ends up getting Hell's Curtain. So Endeavor's upgrade happens at upgrade 3, whereas Itachi's happens at upgrade 4. So now that their damage type has changed, and it looks like they're both the same cone that is about, that's like a 50 degree cone, 60 degree cone, something like that. So now let's take a look at their range. So we have 30 from Itachi, and we have 28.6 from Endeavor. Itachi is still sitting at a 5.9 SPA, which is really good, because that means he's going to be getting all these hits off and stacking all of this burn damage, whereas Endeavor is looking at an 8.2. So his SPA has gone up significantly, but also his damage has gone up. So here, let's go ahead and look at Itachi. We're gonna do basically 80,000 divided by 6. That's 13,000 DPS, but he's going to be doing 240,000 overall damage here to an enemy. Every time he attacks, it'll be doing 240,000 damage because you want to multiply this number by 3 with 13k DPS. Whereas Endeavor, he's going to be doing about 400,000 damage here, right? Because of this double damage with the passive and the Mangekyo, that's going to be making him doing 400,000. And then let's go check out his DPS. So we got 200,000 divided by 8.2. So that's about 24,000 damage per second here. So he is coming out on top a little bit, but I think we're going to see a lot of differences once we hit this next power spike. Alright, so we're going to get Prominence Burn, and then with Itachi, we're going to get Sealing Strike. So again, Itachi's range is getting massive here, so he's able to hit things all the way over to this bridge almost. Endeavor's looking like he's close to that spot, but he's not quite there. So Itachi's range is starting to scale really high right now, while Endeavor's damage is getting extremely high. These are really high numbers here. So let's go ahead and get that Sealing Strike and Prominence Burn. Okay, so looking at it here, Itachi's SPA has not gone down or up, which is honestly, it would be great if it went down, but the fact that it hasn't gone up is absolutely insane here. That means this guy has been hitting consistently the entire time, and that means he's going to be getting this higher damage at the same rate, which is going to be really good, whereas Endeavor's getting higher damage, but the rate is also the rate is getting slower and slower. So Itachi here, we're going to round this to about 145,000. And so Itachi will be doing 435,000 damage every time he hits them. That's a lot of damage, right? It is a lot of damage. And just from the base swing itself, we're going to go ahead and calculate that out to be about 24,000 damage per second, which is pretty freaking big. 24,000 damage per second. That's like, I think, godly on the tier list on the wiki. But let's go, and then the range, right? The range is huge. I've been constantly going back to that. So Itachi's doing a lot of damage here. 25,000, and he's constantly hitting them at a really good rate. Let's go ahead and look at Endeavor now. So he is at 9 seconds. 9 seconds per hit. That's a long time. Those seconds really matter. The difference between like 9 seconds and 6 seconds. An enemy can walk out of your range in 3 seconds, you know? And his range is also nothing to like write home about compared to Itachi here. But this is the thing that is like, that I think Endeavor is just crazy for. So Itachi, he's doing, what did I say? We're going to round it to 145,000. We're going to multiply that by 3. He's doing 435,000 damage per strike with his burn included. Whereas Endeavor is doing, we're going to round that up to 620,000. Endeavor is doing 1.2 million damage. Not as consistently as Itachi, mind you, because of the 3-second difference, but that is a lot of damage. 1.2 million per hit. We're gonna have to get to a trait tournament to really see how these two shine, but let's go ahead and get these guys up to their final upgrade. Oh wait, let me calculate his damage per second right now too, sorry. 9. So that's crazy. So Itachi's damage per second with just his swing. I know we're not looking at just the swing, but this is just a point I want to consider. Just hitting them with the swing, Itachi's at about 24,000 damage per second. Endeavor's sitting at almost 70,000 damage per second here. Just looking at the swing, not counting the burn. That's crazy. I feel like Endeavor might even hit like 100,000 at his max rank, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and get Itachi up to max here. So Itachi is sitting at about 300,000 damage, and the SPA finally went down, and that range, he's hitting them all the way to the bridge. So this Itachi, if there's ever a tournament on Namek, if you place Itachi right here, I'm sure there's a better spot, he's going to be hitting them the whole time. That is incredible. Range is such an important stat when you're trying to bust out as much damage as possible, because sometimes one more hit is all you need. Like right now in tournament 10, that Hidan, sometimes he gets out of my range and he is literally sitting at like 100,000 health left. It's so frustrating. So before I touch Endeavor here, let's go ahead and calculate. Itachi is doing almost 1 million damage, including his burn, and he is doing with the just the swing, right? Just him auto attacking them, not looking at the burn. Itachi is doing about 54,545 damage per second. That's a lot of damage. I know I've said that a lot, but he is doing consistent damage. 54,000 damage is nothing to laugh about. That is a really strong a character here. But let's go ahead and look at Endeavor. So currently, both of their attacks are the same cone size. Endeavor. So, oh, okay. So Endeavor stops at upgrade 8. Okay, cool. I thought he was going to go further for some reason. So Endeavor here, he is doing 717,000 damage. Sorry, I don't know why I had a brain fart there. It's a little late here. He's doing 717,000 damage per hit, like when he just hits them. That's a lot of damage. His range, you'd have to adjust him a little bit to be able to get to the bridge here, but 39, almost 40 range is nothing to laugh at. I'm probably gonna try to get SSS stats on him slowly. Honestly, the difference between SS and SSS on SPA and range is not so high. It's like within like 1%. I know it looks nicer to have like the color, like it being like more shaded and everything, but I'm happy with his stats right now. So as I said for Itachi, he's doing about 900,000, almost 1 million damage if you include his burn every time he swings at them, and including the burn damage. Endeavor here, so if we look at just him auto attacking them, right? So I'm going to do 717,000 divided by 8.2. Endeavor's doing about 87,000 damage per second. Just looking at his auto attack. That's crazy. That's almost 100,000 damage per second. He's, if you look at the charts here though, the Itachi is skyrocketing, but he was upgraded before the Endeavor was, but we're not gonna look at this. In fact, let me just get rid of those. So Endeavor, he's doing 87,000 damage per second. And then if we look at his damage right here, sorry, and we got to multiply that by 2. Every time he swings, including, when I say swing, I just mean like attack, like when he uses Prominence Burn. Every time he uses Prominence Burn, if we include the burn, he's going to be doing 1.4 million damage. That's an insane amount of damage. So let's go ahead and look at that actually divided by the SPA. So Itachi over here, we're going to do 900,000 divided by 5.5. That's 163,000 damage per second. I'm going to go ahead and just pull this over here so you can see what I'm looking at. So this is going to be Itachi's damage per second here, when including the burn with unique. That is incredible. He's an incredible unit, and he's just hitting them so fast. Let's go ahead and look at Endeavor here. So we're going to do 717,000 times 2 because we're doing the burn. And let's divide that by 8.2. So he's doing 174,000 damage. So if we look here, Itachi's doing 163,000 and Endeavor's doing 174,000. Their numbers, the numbers are pretty close to each other. A difference of 11,000 damage per second is a lot, but when we're looking at unique units, these numbers are just, they're so much higher than you'd think they would be. So let's talk about the pros and cons of both units. All right, I'm sure you probably already know where I'm going with this. Itachi does a lot of damage, you know. He also looks really cool in his Susanoo. He's going to be hitting them faster than Endeavor will be. He's going to be hitting them more than Endeavor will be because he can hit them in a further range. However, a pro of Endeavor here is he just does an insane amount of damage whenever he hits them. So while Itachi can hit them more, maybe they won't be alive, you know, by the time that Endeavor's done with them. You know what I mean? Itachi will be doing a little bit more than half of Endeavor's total damage every time they hit. But because Endeavor does so much damage, I feel like they aren't going to be able to hit that range, you know? That range that Itachi is going to be able to hit them to. So assuming like this character right here is an enemy, maybe with Itachi, they would die by here, right? With Endeavor, maybe they would die by here. Not a huge difference, but when you're trying to maximize DPS, that can be like the factor that changes everything. So if I had to recommend one of these units, I would honestly say, I know this might sound like a cop-out, but I really do feel like, and I have been saying this even before I did this comparison, I think if you like My Hero Academia better, you should get Endeavor. But if you like Naruto better, like just the anime or like the manga or whatever you, however you consume it, you should get Itachi. They both serve the exact same purpose, and you're not going to be upset no matter who you get. Itachi is slightly less expensive to max out. Itachi is sitting at 90,000 or 89,600 to max out, whereas Endeavor sits at 97,000 to max out. So you will be getting Itachi to that higher damage sooner. But you're not going to be making a mistake no matter who you pick. I think in Infinites, you're probably going to be better suited with Itachi just because he can hit them more and for a longer range. Even though Endeavor does do more damage, I'm feeling I haven't done high infinites before, but I feel like they have so much HP that you're going to be wanting as many hits as possible on them to get them down. Where you might want to use Endeavor is probably in tournaments that are, you know, 20 minutes long and they're like, do as much damage as possible. Endeavor is going to be able to get you to those higher damage numbers than Itachi is, I'm pretty sure. Again, I still have to test them out in a tournament to be sure, but I really do think that Endeavor will shine in tournaments compared to Itachi. Itachi has been shining in tournaments, don't get me wrong, but I do think Endeavor might have a place higher than Itachi does. Who knows? We'll have to see when the tournament comes out. I think they're both incredible units. They both serve the purpose of being a really strong ground fire unit, and you won't go wrong choosing either of them. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your opinions on this in the comments. But yeah, Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.